This is the overflow cup. It attaches to the machine with this Allen bolt. Put the Allen bolt in the machine, turn it a couple of turns, slip on the overflow cup into the notched area, and then finish tightening the Allen bolt. This is the oil cup. It attaches to the machine, to the magnetic plate. Slip it in there, and you can feel it lock into place. Place the roller in the notched area, hold it in the center, and finger tighten the Allen bolt so it's in the center, lined up. Okay, in the shaft hole there is a steel ball that is depressed when you finger tighten the Allen bolt, which locks it into place in the recessed area on the shaft. You slide it over the shaft and gently tighten till you feel it lock into place. Use the Allen wrench to securely tighten the Allen bolt that holds the roller bearing in place. Switch on the machine with the toggle switch. Okay, note the amperage meter reading at approximately 5.3 amps, which represents the no load friction on the system. Lower the roll holder right above the race without touching it. Pour Mobil 1 motor oil into the oil cup until it is picked up by the race. As you know, Mobil 1 is one of the best synthetic motor oils on the market today, if not the best. Now switch off the machine. This is the torque wrench that is used commonly in automotive repair shops. It has a scale from 0 to 75 foot-pounds. It also has a scale in the Newton meters. Now place the torque wrench back on the torque wrench holder. Snap into place. Hold the torque wrench up so it does not apply pressure on the race. Switch on the machine. As you can see, the oil is picked up by the race and lubricates the race very well. Apply load on the race by pressing down on the torque wrench. Increase the load until the ampere meter reading is in the range of 8 to 9 amps. Note the reading of the foot-pounds on the torque wrench. This will be our reference load. In this case, it is 25 foot-pounds. Switch off the machine. Remove the torque wrench. Place it on the table. Untighten the roll holder arm bolt and remove. You can show the damage that has been done to the roll. As you can see, the worn out surface is rough. Switch on the machine. Apply load on the race by pressing down on the torque wrench. Increase the load until the ampere meter reading is in the range of 8 to 9 amps. Note the reading of the foot-pounds on the torque wrench. In this case, it is 25 foot-pounds. Holy crap, I'm amazed the friction stopped. Pour in MTC very slowly. Stop pouring MTC as soon as you see that the ampere meter starts going down to the original no load reading. All this time, make sure to maintain more or less the same pressure. As you can see, as soon as we added MTC to the oil, the friction represented by the ampere meter reading went down to close to no load level, which means that MTC lowers friction almost to zero, resulting in the elimination of wear, as we'll see later on. Apply varying load by pumping the torque wrench. As you can see, the ampere meter reading fluctuates very little around the no friction reading. This means that the engines and the equipment operating under varying loads will have almost no impact on the friction and the wear in the equipment. As you can see, the surface is very shiny and polished after being treated with MTC. Now let's see what happens to the friction surfaces when they are still new and we start using Polytron MTC. Remove the oil cup from the machine and put on the edge of the table. Very carefully not to spill the oil MTC mixture, since we'll have to use it again. And clean residual oil with a paper towel. Sand off the metal that was welded to the race until it's completely smooth. Loosen the bolt holding the roll and turn the roll until a new surface will show on the top of the roll, the area which is in direct contact with the rotating race during a test. Make sure that the roll is in the center of the roll holder arm. Put back the cup with the oil MTC mix on the machine. Lower the roller holder back on the race. Reattach the torque wrench. Snap into place. Raise the torque wrench to make sure there is no pressure applied to the bearing race. And switch on the machine. Start applying pressure gradually until you reach the 25 foot-pounds. Start pumping it between 0 and 25 foot-pounds. As you can see, the ampere meter reading fluctuates very little around the no friction level. As you can see, no wear took place, just polishing in the area where the friction surfaces rub against each other. Note that the same reference load was applied. Remove the roll. And now show the large scar worn area without the Polytron MTC mixture to the virtually no scar area with the Polytron MTC mixture. Note the difference. And then show the polished ring on the race. After placing the roll back in the roll holder, place roll holder back on the machine as shown, and switch on the machine. Add some water into the oil cup. Let's see how the Polytron will protect friction surface from the water. Start pumping it between 0 and 25 foot-pounds. As you can see, the ampermeter reading fluctuates very little around the no friction level. Start applying pressure gradually until you reach the 25 foot-pounds. Start pumping it between 0 and 25 foot-pounds. As you can see, the ampermeter reading fluctuates very little around the no friction level. Switch off the machine. Now let's remove the oil cup to observe how the friction and the friction surfaces are affected in the event of loss of lubricant. That is, if you can call this nasty mixture of oil, water, and dirt a lubricant. Start applying pressure gradually until you reach the 25 foot-pounds. Let's see how long it'll hold without oil before breaking down. Let's start pumping. Still, the friction surfaces are protected. friction is still low. Close to zero. See what happened to my hand from the pressure? So this is the real thing. To show how well Polytron protects friction surfaces on cold startup, we will dry off any oil residual left on the bearing surface. Now let's see how long it will hold. Start applying pressure gradually until you reach the 25 foot-pounds. Okay, let's see how long it will hold without oil before breaking down. Start pumping it between 0 and 25 foot-pounds. As you can see, the ampermeter reading fluctuates very little around the no friction level. And the friction is still low. Close to zero.